Walsh. Hey everybody, welcome back. And guys, I'm coming with a bit of a heavy heart here today. I heard just this most unbelievably bone-chilling fucking story yesterday. Basically, there's a Facebook group out there. A lady has gone into the group, posted 5 or 6 photos, or 4, 5, 6 photos of a guy, showing the strangers in the group and saying that the guy has an STD and does anybody know this guy or stay away from him. Yeah, we're going to get right into all this in a minute. When I heard that, and by the way, before we get going here, I'm not on about myself, okay? People are probably going, oh yeah, it's fucking you, man, it's fucking you. It's not me, alright? And I put it this way, I certainly wouldn't be, if it was me, I certainly wouldn't be doing a fucking episode on it just in case you all thought it was me. Or maybe that's my motive to tell you. Ooh, maybe I'm trying to trick you without tricking you and then trick you again, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm glad I'm actually kind of having a bit of fun here now. Because seriously guys, yesterday, this really fucking bothered me. It really bothered me. Like, I have a list every week of the podcasts I'm going to do. Like, I try to pre-plan, right? Certain things. Now, sometimes I'll chop and change that. Okay, instead of a Wednesday, I'll put that in because I'm doing Formula 1 on a Monday or a Friday, so I'll put that in just before the Formula 1. You know, kind of maybe it changes the mood or, you know what I mean? So maybe chop and change, but I rarely do it. But today, I threw out the whole fucking diary and I put this right to the top of the pile because this fucking story is absolute insanity. Now, yesterday, I came on social media on Facebook, and there's a lady that sent me a message on Facebook. And by the way, if you're listening out there, obviously I'm not going to mention your name. Thank you. I love you for bringing this to my attention because this story needs to be put out in front of people and needs to be fucking addressed. And these people are such cowards. So here we go. Wait for this, guys, because this story gets better. So the lady yesterday, she emails me. She's a great follower of mine. Emails me screenshots of a group, okay? Now, I don't know where she got it, but it was a Facebook group. And I won't even mention the name because last week I got in trouble for calling names, and apparently I was talking about laws even though I wasn't. I just mentioned a law, but everybody thought I was not giving them the proper fucking dialogue. Whatever. And so this group anyway, I'm reading the screenshots, and this lady literally puts up, I think it was 5, okay? I suppose it doesn't really matter. It was either between 4, 5, or 6, guys. But look, for argument's sake, we'll just keep it simple here. Let's say she put up 5 photos, but it was definitely 4 to 6 photos, all right? I don't know, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. She put up 5 photos, and in the photos, you can, and I mean, guys, crystal clear photos, all of them, of this certain guy. All right? You can perfectly see his face. They're up close photos too. I'll put it this way to you. If you were in one of these groups and you saw this guy, you'd be like, oh my God, what the hell? I'll put it this way. You'd remember his face, I'm sure, no doubt, right? Because, oh God, this is the guy that has an STD, or so-called STD, but we're going to get into that in a fucking minute. And the guy, if he walked past you on the street, you'd probably go, holy shit, that's the fucking guy. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Because you definitely remember his face if he apparently has an STD, right? And trust me, these photos were very clear. Good quality resolution. And then the girl starts going on. And she says, hey girls, you know, this guy got an STD off him. I can't believe it. I'm so shocked and horrified and blah, blah, blah. And here's where here's the icing on the fucking cake. Combined with the cherry on top. She posted it anonymously. Yeah. Anonymously. So she's got the fucking balls to hang some poor bastard out to dry. But yet she won't put herself into the same waters as him. So clearly She doesn't want anybody knowing her, right? Of course she doesn't. She doesn't want people walking past her on the street going, oh, Jesus, come here, that's that girl now with the STD, or she was on Facebook the other day. I mean, you can understand why people do that. Of course, I get it. Who wouldn't get it, right? But why are you posting another guy up there? Like, I don't care how severe the STD was. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it was the worst STD in the world or the most minuscule STD in the world. You don't fucking do that. And you know what? We've all got a responsibility to own up if we ever did get an STD. I've never got one, thank God. And I know some of you are probably saying, oh yeah, he's full of shit, he's just saying that. Whatever, I don't care. The thing is, guys, anybody could get an STD at any time in their life. Anyone. We all know that. And secondly, if we're suiting up to go into the sack, well, actually the other way around, but you know what I mean. But if we're going to jump on board here, well, you know, you play with fire, you play with fire. If you're not using protection, well then, tough shit. You can't fucking complain afterwards. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's including for me, for every other human being on this planet. So, you know, and let's say the guy was a complete psychopath and this and that and this and that, blah, 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 right? You still don't fucking do it. You still don't fucking do it. And even if it was justified, even if he was the most horrific Adolf Hitler, put Adolf Hitler in his box because he's nothing against Hitler himself, he's that bad. Imagine what other people in the group are going to be thinking, right? Imagine what they're going to be thinking of the person after seeing this. But hey, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Because guess why? It was anonymous. Yeah. So she could say whatever the fuck she wanted. And by the way, I definitely know it is a female in this situation because the way she was talking and describing stuff and all that. Okay. And just for the record too, I've no doubt that there is psychopathic men out there in the world that would do the same fucking thing. So let's just establish that we're not trying to single any gender out here, all right? I mean, where is she going with this? Like, if she posts these fucking photos up on a group, how dare her, first of all? Secondly, though, if she did at least have her photo up and she didn't post it anonymously, I'd be like, well, Jesus, she's living by the sword, dying by the sword, huh? My God, but still, I'd be still saying she's a fucking psychopath. But at least she'd have the balls to, well, okay, if I'm going to throw him in the deep end, I'm jumping right on board with him too. I can't just go put him in the deep end and fucking let the sharks feed on him. But no, she did it anonymously. I mean, how do you sleep at night doing something like that? Seriously, guys, how do you sleep at night? I really don't understand it. Is this what is this woman looking for? A hug? A kiss? A boyfriend? What does she have to gain by doing this? Like, karma's going to come back and bite you on the fucking ass with this one. That's for sure. You know, I mean, is she looking for attention? Victim? Oh, you poor thing. How are you, darling? Are you okay? Are you okay? And oh, poor me, the little violin coming out. I mean, we're getting into a dangerous world here, guys. We really are. Like, we all know that people can take screenshots and photos of this and that and, you know. And, you know, if one person can hang us, we can certainly hang them back. Everybody has the power to hang different people at any time. You know what I mean? We can all hang each other, but you just don't fucking go there. I mean, it's almost as bad. I mean, I know the newspaper itself is actually dying these days because everybody's on their phone. But I mean, it's like taking like if we went back 30 years ago, right? Back to fucking What are we going back to? Like 1990 or 1980. This would be like taking out a newspaper ad and putting the fucking thing up for everybody to see. Jesus Christ. And who's to say that he gave her the STD? And by the way, we're going to flip it around here, right? Not every woman gives a guy an STD. Not every man gives the girl the STD, if you know what I mean. In other words, she's saying that the guy gave her the STD. But what if she had it already herself? And then afterwards she felt a burning sensation. Let's not get too graphic here. And then she went, oh shit. And it could have just been at the right time where it starts to flare up or God knows what. And all of a sudden she went, oh shit, I better get tested. And then she gets tested, but maybe she gave it to him. Maybe she did. But again, you see, it's impossible to prove. Well, I don't know, is it? Maybe it is impossible. Maybe it's not. I just couldn't see how you could track something like that. Unless your ex or someone actually came out and said it to you that, hey, listen, I got an STD there, you know. Maybe I can understand that. But, Jesus, guys. Jesus. I mean, does she think she's doing the world a favor? Oh, listen, guys, just to let you know, this guy has an STD, so I'm not going to put up my photo, but look, I want to make sure that any girls out there, just so in case you bump into him, he has an STD, and I'm looking out for the girls here on this one because I don't want them getting an STD. Well, maybe if that's the case, that's bullshit, first of all. And secondly, on that note, you can hide behind that one because, well, hey, why wouldn't other guys then maybe know what you're like then? In other words, stay the fuck away from you. But you don't want that, do you? You don't want that. And did you get yourself what you call it? Treated, healed from your STD afterwards? Did you? You know? Like, good God. I mean, guys, I heard like last week, even when I got in serious trouble, about this other Facebook group called "Are We Dating the Same Man?" where girls go online, they put up photos or videos of certain guys they're dating, and they ask other girls, are they dating the same person? Then I've heard that there's one for guys too, where guys go online. I mean, Jesus, fuck. I don't know why people even involve themselves in these groups. They're dangerous. And you know what, lady, if you're actually listening to me, I don't know if you are ever or not. I hope you are. I know, like, my podcast isn't very huge now at the moment yet, hopefully. Hey, touch wood. But my podcast isn't huge right now, and I hope you're listening to me. You know, what do you got to gain here? Where's your respect for yourself? Hanging somebody out to fucking dry. Like, do you realize how fucked that guy could be going forward here? Do you realize how many people talk? You know? People talk. People gossip. People rumor. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, I'd understand if this guy was a rapist now. You know, I don't want to get too intense here, guys, all right? Jeez. But, like, let's just go here for a second. I could understand if the guy was a rapist or a murderer and he goes around murdering women, but he also, you know, takes advantage of them before he murders them. I would 100% understand that. And, you know, for some reason he got out of jail because there was a fuck up with the jail paperwork, or there was not, this evidence went missing. You know what I mean? Now we're talking a different story. But, ladies and gents, the screenshots that I saw with the conversation attached, trust me, it wasn't that. Because that would have been the first fucking thing out there. You know, and if it is for sympathy, what are you trying to gain here? Who would talk to you after that? Like, you know, honestly, guys, somebody's got to step in with this shit and sort this out. You know, like, I heard that the Taliban, is it the Taliban that's on Twitter, or is it Facebook? I don't know, maybe both. Yeah, it's Twitter, right? So like you got these fuckheads like the Taliban on Twitter. They're allowed to have their own fucking page. And these fuckers are allowed to have their own page as well. Like, what's wrong with these social media companies? Now, I get they've got millions and fucking billions of users around the world. I get it. But we're getting to a stage now where AI technology, I mean, Jesus Christ, even Zuckerberg at Facebook has got his new, what is it called again? The metaverse? Right? We've got to an advanced stage of technology where they can filter out this stuff. I'm losing faith in humanity. Many of you know I do try and help people. Like my main objective online, well, there's two things. I like to talk about Formula One racing and be useful, give you some behind the scenes information. Now, put that aside for now. With this matter, I would just love to help people get out of their own way, because I know what it's like to get in my own way with certain things. And hopefully people can have a happier life. My goal is if people have a happier life out there and they can find somebody if they're looking for a relationship, well then, hey, isn't that fucking great? You know what I mean? Isn't that it's a beautiful goddamn thing to find somebody that you really want. And you know what? It can also impact everyone else's life, because let's say, example, right? Let's say now I'm not a depressive, but let's say I was a depressive person, guys, right? And I really wanted a girlfriend and I found someone. Now, before I met her, I was making everybody else miserable, or they were trying to avoid me like the fucking plague because Peter's just a bitch. Toxic even, maybe. Or maybe both. But what if I met the person and all of a sudden I turn into a nicer person? Like, don't we want that for each other? Do you really want to go to work sitting beside some asshole that you just can't fucking stand? Wouldn't it be better to just get on with them? Your life would be a lot easier. Even if it's just for a selfish reason, I want to keep my life get grand and relaxed. And that's not being selfish. Let's be totally frank here. That's being fucking logical. I don't understand it. I really don't. And shame on you, woman. And any man that does this, hangs a woman or a man out to dry on social media saying that this person here has an STD. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I can't believe it's come to this. Like, if you told me about that story, like, oh, can you imagine, like, before I heard this story and I knew it was real, like, do you know the way you've got that scenario where before yesterday, if somebody told me, oh, dude, can you imagine, like, if you posted up, like, on Facebook that, hey, listen, my ex has an STD. Can you imagine doing that? Oh, my God, there'd be war. And then, you're having the chat and you're like, yeah, well, Kier, dude, I bet you somebody's done it before and out there. Fucking guaranteed. You think? Yeah, guaranteed, man. Of course it's happened before. But then when it actually happens and you see, like when I saw those screenshots yesterday, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I genuinely couldn't. Maybe I'm fucking innocent. Maybe I'm a bit of a naive, innocent young dumbass here. You know what I mean? Maybe I am. I mean, fuck, I'll take it. I'd rather be young and, well, maybe not young anymore. I'd rather be dumb and naive and innocent than a fucking evil prick. If I had to choose between the two. Jesus. And, guys, as many of you know, I'm trying to help you with dating. I've set up those dating pages. Dating groups on Facebook. And there's nothing nicer when you see people get together. There's nothing nicer. It's almost like it sounds cringy, helping the world. Can help a couple of couples, sure, and hopefully a lot more over the next few months and years, hopefully if it keeps going, and touch wood. But it feels great. What are we do? What are we doing, humanity? What are we doing, posting videos and photos of people nude online, getting people into trouble? Do you really sleep well at night? I bet you don't. And you probably got about between 2.5 to 5 seconds of actual pleasure when you post it up online going, haha, right, all the girls know now he's got an STD. Fuck you, Jimmy, whoever it is, whatever his name is, right? That's not his name, by the way, okay? In case you're thinking, oh my god, I know a Jimmy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's just an example of a name. You know, probably had your 3 to 5 seconds little sad little happiness, and guess what? Empty. Empty. I guarantee it. Well, I think we're going to call it a day here, guys. I've actually depressed myself, I have to admit, the more I'm talking about this. I'm genuinely getting more sad as this podcast goes on. I just hope one day that humanity will actually reach a stage where this shit just doesn't happen anymore. Maybe that's sad thinking. Maybe that is young and naive thinking. Anyway. Guys, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Peter.
Walsh.